Yo, what's up guys? I think this is gonna be my final video on this specific build because I think I'm almost have everything accomplished that I wanted. This build, this feels really strong now, and I wanted to share with you my results. I think this might also gonna be a bit longer than the first video because I'm gonna explain everything because this is like fun. So first I play witch. I picked the Infernalist tendency. We play around demon form, which basically means transfer in demon form. The longer you stay in demon form, you get stacks. The more stacks you have, the more damage you do, but you also take damage over time. So the longer you stay in demon form, the more damage you do, but it's capped at one point because you cannot regen your life. Right now I have 307 life reg, which is quite high. How I went up there, I can show you soon because I don't have the unique helmet which some people use. I have a different setup, but yeah. So to start, I think the first thing I'm gonna show you is my gear because this is quite important. So first we have like the basic Oath with 61 life converted to energy shield. So that does that your life goes down and transfers to energy shield, and you want to hit as close as to 200 as possible. Below it's not needed. It's actually quite not bad, but you want to hit like 200 HP optimal. And that's why that is because of the demon form, because you take a percentage life, and yeah, like 200 is the sweet spot. So this transfers 61% of my max life into energy shield, and I have 2 rings. Those Mings heart. You might look, huh? Why is this 17 and this is 20%? Like, aren't those bad? Yes. Normally they would be quite bad because you want 27, that's the max roll. But I decided to use a different belt. Ingenuity. And Ingenuity increases the bonus gained from equipped rings. So this means that this is gonna be multiplied. And if you have 27, I had 2 27 rings and I got down to 34 life. And yeah, was too low because if you get poisoned you die, and like there's no point. Actually, if you look on the trade side, there are a lot of good rings, like 20%, which is like the base, and then they have a lot of damage. And you can see 47 and 46 and reduced global defenses, they're quite low. So that's why I picked those rings. I might change them, but I'm quite happy with them. I think the max roll on damage is 48 or 49. Like those 2% maybe at one point, but not now. So yeah. Next, Ingenuity. Probably everyone knows already what this is. This is a really strong belt which increases the percentage of your rings. And the rest is just what fits. Everything has life reg, a lot of life reg, because you cannot use your rings and your belt and your robe, or like your chest, as any life reg. So and gloves also don't have life reg. So you need all of the life reg on just those 3 items. So I have almost max life reg on this pair of boots. 35 increased movement speed. I changed it up. I think it's quite important actually, movement speed. You can see how fast I just dash around. Like just I can turn them off for a sec. Like you can see, you fly slower, but also the animation of the dash is a bit delayed. So this is just faster. So I chose to take the movement speed. So for the helmet, I also have almost close to full life reg. Like the most is 28%, 23 I mean. So I'm really close here, and also really close here. The only yeah, here which I could improve my life reg is this amulet, which goes up to 33, and I only have 34, but 30.4, I mean. But this has 1 to all spell skills and 17 to all elemental res. Decent spirit, not the best. If I have more spirit, I could use some other support gems. But funny thing is that normally you don't want max life on your gear. But because I have so low life, this actually helps. Like if I remove this, I go down to 169 health. So yeah. And in general, like I can check, show you the DPS. Like my base DPS on Sparks at 2000, and only with this increases to like a lot. Just because of this amulet and of the all level 2 spell skills, like makes a huge difference. And you get the increased mana rec, so this is also quite good. But I might gonna upgrade this and then fix my life with the rings later. Yeah, this is just standard helmet, I guess. I upgraded this. I have a lot of mana, increased energy shield, and the rest is just to fix my res and life rec. The only thing I might change in the future is to get gain mana and gain life on my gloves. And now I only have gain life and don't gain mana. It's quite annoying for breaches, or like in general for mapping if you run out of mana. So I needed to skill everything so that I have enough mana and enough mana rec, which is, yeah, it's working now. And like I can spam, as you can see, like Spark quite easy without like having not any mana. Like if I take 1 mana flask, I'm fine. And this is actually really good, because if you get used to this regenerating mana, or like there's a skill gem where you also get mana, I think. First here, yeah, like recover 2% of mana on kill, like 2% of 1000, already 20. So yeah, whatever. This gets you in the habit to like have enough mana, but if you're in a boss fight, like you cannot kill any minions there, right? Or like most of the time you don't drag mana, so you can also get into bad habits. And this is like fine with the mana rec. I might even want to change something like in the passive tree, so I have less mana rec. Like this is completely fine. So yeah, that's about my gear. I have Stone Charm, which is quite good. And I have a good roll, so I don't get stunned, because I feel like the only thing that kills me is if I get stunned. But that's why Life Flask, it's not the best. It's like whatever, to be honest. The Mana Flask is also good, but not the best. I think the next thing, if I want to play further, it's gonna, or like what I want to upgrade is like there's a unique Mana Flask on the Delirium boss, which is quite strong, but it's quite expensive. I don't know, it's like 20 divines or maybe more, maybe less, but it's quite expensive. And the thing is, like, if you use it, it automatically refills all of your mana with 1 go, but you take some damage, I think some chaos damage, but yeah, should be fine. I have lots of chaos res, so yeah, we can check the res. Like I have everything 75, 79, 79, 77. Like this is, everything is capped. I have a lot of life recovery, and yeah, I'm quite happy about it. So now let's go to the skills. I changed something up from the last video, and that is that I still use Spark and I still use Extraction, which transforms some damage. As you can see here, like this is the chaos damage this does, and I'm gonna go back. So you see now it's quite even, like lightning and chaos damage. If you go into the demon form, you can see how fast with the Demonflame stacks it outscales the damage of the lightning damage. That's why I also chose Ingenuity with those rings, because those rings do extra chaos damage. So this is huge. Like I'll show you in the base form. I have 2300 DPS, and if I remove just those ranks, I'm gonna drop almost 1000 down. And if I have the M equipped, and I'm gonna remove Ingenuity, you can see it's like 500 DPS only this build. So yeah, but yeah, all the gear, like those rings and everything, the Ingenuity belt, it's quite expensive. And the issue is you don't have life reg and you don't have reses on here. So to fix the res and to fix the life reg, I think you need to actually have this, which is also quite expensive. I think that's my most expensive thing in my build. It's the Adorned diamond, which increases 81% of the effects of your magic corrupted jewels. So all of my jewels, they are magic jewels. Magic jewels mean they're blue, like they're not rare. Rare are the yellow ones, and they're corrupted. All of them, they give me this life reg, and most of the time some res. So as you can see, this is 13%. But now this 13%, which might be not optimal, like the max roll is 15, right? As you can see here. This might not seem optimal, but this multiplies the 13%, so I get over 15%. So yeah, I can show you. If I remove this, you can see it's like the res go down, like I have nothing kept anymore. And the life rate goes down for like almost 90. And as you could see, like this is not perfect, right? I still need to upgrade those jewels, but those jewels, like if you want a perfect one, I don't think I have any perfect one. Like perfect, I mean 10% to res, 15% increased life rate, and then optimal you want another stat which actually does something. And I think there are only 2 stats which actually benefit you, and those are like the increased elemental damage. It's quite a upgrade. A spark and area of effect. I don't know, I have some, I think only 1 or 2, or maybe I change everything. Yeah, I can show you for here. Yeah, increased area of effect, like those are also quite nice because it widens your range of your curses, and if you want to use Hex Blast, it also increases the explosion of Hex Blast. I'm not quite sure how the spark works with the increased effect, area of effect, but yeah. So as you can see now, Demonflame, I'm at 50 or like almost 60 now, and I already have like 30,000 DPS, which is a lot. And yeah, but back to the skill. So Spark is my main damage dealing skill. I'm using Inspiration for the mana. As I said, I don't really have mana problems, but if I remove this, it's okay, but not really. Like, can spam, but yeah, rather keep this in. Then I have Controlled Destruction, which does not allow me to hit any crits, which is fine because I can show you in the Ascendancy. Like there's a crit thingy here, but yeah, like you cannot really run crit damage or crit boni with the Witch in the Infernalist. You need to go Blood Mage, and then maybe you can take the crit damage. But yeah, I tried it out actually to remove this and put something else where I had like 10% crit, but in total it was less DPS. And then Arcane Surge, probably one of the best things, because if you use 100% of your mana with the skill, you get Arcane Surge for 8 seconds, and Arcane Surge, like as you can see, you have more cast speed, which actually increases your DPS and mana reg. I'll show you, like in my first video I didn't have this Arcane Tempo, which is a cast speed, because I thought, yeah, okay, I'm gonna kill everything anyway, so why do I need this? If I remove this, I lose almost like 500, 400 DPS just with this cast speed. So cast speed is quite important. Demon form is just the basic things like increased mana reg when it's active. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't works now. Yeah, I need to check my spirit because there are so many good skill gems and spirit things with like Grim Feast and Blasphemy. So I need to actually yeah, I need to upgrade this at one point so I can put in some better spirit gems. Or like not spirit gems, but yeah, you know what I mean. And the next thing is Mana Tempest. Yeah, this is also basic. Like you can just do faster, and in Demon form it's actually bugged. Like you don't drain any more mana, but you fire faster and you do more damage with this because it's gonna be empowered. And yeah, if you shoot anything and it says Killing Strike, so the empowered, like the lightning which shoots through the Mana Tempest. I don't know if you know calling, but you kill low HP mobs, but even the bosses at 5%. It's quite handy, but to be honest, it's whatever. Then I have Flame Wall in a like big area. This is just to spread the lightning with the fire, does more damage, quite nice. I have this effect more skill duration. I'm not sure where I actually should put it in. I didn't do it in Spark. Some people might want to do it in Spark, but I like if it's like longer, so I can just spam Spark. Next, Orb of Storms. I think this is actually one of the biggest upgrades, like things that happened over the last video. This is like Withering Touch. Like it does less damage, 25%, but you inflict Withered on hit with chaos damage. Like the chaos damage, you can see here, it's not a lot. Of course, it's nice, but the main thing, it inflicts Withered. Withered is nice because it actually decreases. I think it decreases the resistances. I'm not sure. Maybe this is actually not good. I just put it in and wanted to try it out. Just did it in the past day. So I'm still testing it, but it seems nice. Maybe it's useless. Like if I remove this, I have more DPS, but it's not chaos. So Hex Blast. Yeah, it has a lot of DPS and I could like put it up even higher. Like if I hit 300 Demonflame and I put all the right skill gems, this, I don't know how high it is. I think it's like at 600,000. Like even now, it's quite high. Show you, like it's still really heavy on mana. And yeah, I'm not really using it. I thought I'm gonna use it more, as I said in my first video, but it's nice. Like if there's a rare, I'm on like 200 Demonflame, I can just one-shot him. But the enemy needs to be cursed first of the place, and then it's so slow and does not do a lot of AoE. It's quite nice single target damage, but if you're in a boss area and like you just like if you're able to spam Spark, it's more damage than Hex Burst, even though the DPS might be lower. And then Blasphemy, yeah, it's like Despair, not Conductivity, just because, as you can see here, Spark, now it deals almost doubled of the lightning chaos damage, right? So chaos damage, way more damage than lightning damage. Blasphemy with Despair reduces the resistances of chaos, and then more area of effect, so more like you have a bigger radius. This also increases the radius. You can also check here radius, where is it? Oh, go out of demon form to actually see this for whatever reason. You can see here it's like 4.4 meters. It's not the biggest, but yeah, it's quite nice. Because you just reduce the resistances. And then I have this. Well, actually, I shouldn't have done this. This is a mistake. I got that I actually did this video. There should be a support gem, like a strength one, where the effect of the curse gets this one. So you have more. You know, my spirit also seems more reasonable, I think. Not. Yeah, I will check later, but this just means that now effect on the supported curse is stronger, so instead of 22%, which you do, you now do 28%, I think it is, to normal mobs. It's quite nice. Grim Feast probably is gonna be nerfed really strong. You just gain energy shield if you kill a mob, or like your demon dog dies. By the way, I have this deactivated, probably that's why. Yeah, just put some stuff in. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use it, or like I might remove it and put something else in the Ascendancy, so I have the more life, so I can fix my res. The dog just dies. It's quite nice, tanks, but yeah, whatever. And then Arctic Armor. It's a nice defensive layer. I'll show you here. Also, everything is gonna be in the description. I'm gonna update the build, or do another one with everything explained. You can check the gems. So yeah, now this I'm just gonna leave the Demonflame open, so we can see at 300 stacks how much DPS Spark does, because it's quite insane. Like, I saw some streamers, they did like 80,000 with Spark, which is quite high. Of course, they spam it more, and they have curses, and they play Archmage. But this, the Spark here, like if you face a boss with 260 Demonflame plus, it melts. It's crazy. So let's go into the skill tree. This is quite basic stuff. This is just for energy shield here. This is mana rack. Like, I might remove those. We'll see. And yeah, here the Adorned. I have a lot of jewels. Also, this is quite interesting. It's, yes, nice. I get a gem here, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for one gem. And this node is normally mandatory for every demon form build, because you reduce your max life. I might remove this and use it in a different energy field passive, which is closer to, so I just spend less nodes on the energy shield, because I can fix my life with my gear, and I don't need this. Still, 40% is quite a lot, so I might just keep it for now. So yeah, I still have some lightning passives here. This is quite nice because you chain the lightning skills, which means you can, like, the spark penetrates enemies and not just kills one and disappears. I had this deactivated because I thought, okay, this is useless, but it makes actually a huge difference. This is also quite nice. You scale your lightning damage per intelligence, and I have not a lot, but it's quite nice. Also, another thing I didn't knew, but you can have intelligence on gems, or jewels, I mean. And if I have, like now, I have way too much lightning resistance. So, for example, instead of the lightning resistance, I could use intelligence, because you can have intelligence on the gem, and then the diamond multiplies it. So I get like 20, like you can have up to 10 intelligence, 80%, so 8. So I have 18 more intelligence, which scales with this. Quite nice. This node here, you get intelligence, 60% intelligence. Lower start does not really matter, because as you can see here, Eternal Youth here, and on the other side, those two skills make it so your energy shield regens for your life reg, and all your flasks go into your energy shield. So your life cannot actually heal yourself, your life, you only heal with flask, the shield. You have so much reg, that does not really matter. I went for this Chaos Node. Not quite sure if it's actually worth it. But you do a lot of more damage, and I thought the main issue with this build is the single target damage and the damage in general. Like survivability, mobility, you're quite high up there, but yeah, maybe quite a bit of lack of damage, which I think you can fix with the Mings ring and the Ingenuity belt and with this node. And yeah, I mean, I could just check on passive, and if you go to Spark, fly, it's 2000. Like, as I said, like, it's actually not, like, as you can see, like, this is almost nothing. Like, I will probably get rid of this, but now, and put it into some jewels. Like, I can show you, for example, this 14% in elemental damage. I remove this. It's also not a lot, but can I not put it in? Ah, okay, because I'm with Dorian. Yeah, whatever. So it's 200. This was 2000. The jewels, but the jewels also get you more life reg, right? So if I remove those 5 points, I could go here at this jewel socket, and then I have more life reg. I get a bit more DPS. So this might get removed. Well, there is gonna be a calculator soon, someone said, so I'm gonna use this to calculate actually what the best thing is. This is really nice. Your energy shield is freeze threshold, and normally freeze threshold is your life. Say here, but normally it's your life, like not the max life, the actually life. So my freeze threshold would be 180, which is like nothing. Now it's because of the energy shield 5000. Really nice thing. This side, this is a lot of energy shield. I mean, 25 plus 1 to all max res. I'm actually not quite sure if this is worth it. I mean, it's only 3 nodes, so we're just gonna keep it. And here, this is quite interesting. You can get plus 1 to all elemental resistances, plus 1 to fire, plus 1 to fire, lightning, lightning, and then there's a jewel, right? So this is quite nice because you also get plus 5 to all elemental, and then you can just take 4 more and get the... Ooh, this is quite nice actually that I spot this, because this is a rare jewel. And now I can actually show you. This was 15% and we had 309. And then I can just put in, let's see, this one, just 15% to showcase how much of a difference it does. Like now I'm at 910. I think it was 907 before. I can just... Yeah. As you can see, it makes actually a huge difference. My res are still fixed. I can actually remove some cold resistance now. 310 lightning. Ah, it was because I had this in. Yeah, now it makes sense. So if I would pick this in here and get rid of Demonflame and I need to deactivate now some skill of the spirit. What? Okay, I'm confused now. Whatever, I'm not gonna touch this, I'm just gonna explain this further. So yeah, everything here is just to get more jewel sockets. This is the main damage source of this build. Like, this build does not work out of damage from nodes, it's only there to gain you the defensive you need with like energy shield, and all the other things are with the jewel sockets and the damage from the Demonflame. So yeah, the gear, passive, spark, I think everything is explained now. I can show you if you go one quick. It's all juiced. I don't want to use this, but just to showcase a map. I have some think 12 maps left here. 13. This is a showcase. So yeah, this build really nice actually. I'm getting a lot of whispers because I'm selling all my rare jewels. Yeah. Voila. So even now, of course, this is only level 13 map without any modifiers, but like I'm just ramping up now. I'm having 15 Demonflames and I'm one-shotting all the mobs already. Use one spark and only getting stronger, right? With a lot of mobility, you can just zoom around. You can even like press the button where you use spark on, like I have it on right click now, and just press space to like zoom around. And yeah, as you can see, this is quite fast and it's only getting stronger. I wouldn't go to any boss fights now, like you're way too low. I would normally wait, like start a breach at like 60, 80 Demonflame to start a breach, because those, if you juice your maps, they're quite difficult, I would say. But yeah, for a boss fight, if it's like a breach boss on difficulty 4, you might want to start at 120 and you can finish him in one go. But if it's like just a boss map, then you can just nuke him really fast. You do a lot of damage. And as you can see, like now everything dies, and this is just 80 stacks, goes up to 300. You have a lot of energy shield because of the Grim Feast and all the gear, the transformation. And yeah, I think I have everything explained. I'm not quite sure. I have Grim Feast deactivated, that's why. I'm not quite sure if everything is optimized, probably not. I'm still a beginner at PoE. This build is still really strong, makes a lot of fun. I dropped the Ingenuity belt from King of the Mist myself. I didn't bought this. This was like really nice to get the chase drop with 79% actually. I was quite happy about this. I can show you my Atlas tree. What's this? Control U, right? So I have Breach completed, I have Rituals completed. Just doing some deliriums, but yeah. And I don't know, I feel like Expedition is quite bad. This is a setup for Breach. Done some breaches with a friend yesterday. And yeah, also this friend, he helped me a lot with some builds and calculations, what to optimize in the build, which like taking this and this, and I'm quite happy with this now. And yeah, also like I can fix some stuff and some jewels. We'll do this properly later, but I just wanted to update you. If you have any questions or like improvements or thoughts, it'd be nice if you leave a comment. And yeah, thank you for listening to me. I hope it was helpful, and see you.